Here we have our pieces, which are beveled on one side, 2 pieces of 30 inches and 2 pieces of 24 inches, and our corners. A couple of years ago, my assistant made these right angle blocks, which I think are very useful in making frames. So now, you place and align your pieces. First, we will make 2 L shapes. And don't forget to glue the corners, like this. And all you have to do is join the 2 ends into a right angle. Then, with the nail gun, you will put 2 nails on one side and 1 nail in the center on the other side. So that corner is done, and now I'll do the other one. I will do the same thing here. I'll make my right angle and then nail each side. Now, there are 2 L shapes that you will join together.
Pourquoi? C'est peut-être un caprice, je sais pas.
Now the frame is nailed. You will need to measure the diagonal of the frame to make sure it is actually rectangular. So I have 38.5 inches here, and here I have 38.5 inches as well. As an example, if one side had been 39 and 75 inches, it would mean that the frame is misaligned a bit, and you would need to pull either of the sides a little to straighten it and stabilize the rectangle. Okay, here the center cross pieces are cut, so they'll go here. Don't forget to place these little blocks underneath the cross because the cross should never be touching the wall. By placing the blocks, we are making sure that there is some space between the cross and the wall. So now, you'll put glue in the center of the cross and at both ends of each piece. So here I took a measurement from my center and it's aligned. It's centered. Now you just have to nail each end of the cross. If you look here, there is a gap. What's very important to do is to measure the lengths for the cross at the corners of the frame and not at the center of the frame. This will make sure that the pieces sit straight and don't curve towards the inside or the outside like a banana. Here, if you look carefully, you'll notice that this side is slightly curved like a banana. By pushing back on this side, it will make everything parallel.
Ça va resserrer. Voilà.
So there we go. Now the only thing left to do is the corners.
Petit point. Encore une fois, vous mettez un
Place the little blocks underneath the corner pieces, then glue and nail them onto the frame.
colle. Normalement, les petits
Usually the corners are made from the leftover wood of your 8-foot piece.
comme là, vous voyez, sur notre longueur de 8 pieds, il me restait 2 pieds. Donc, amplement pour tous mes... Alors voilà.
So there we go. Now we're at the last step.
Évidemment, je dépose, c'est très important.
It's very important to put down your stretcher on the side that is beveled or angled inwards. It's important that this angled side is what touches the canvas, so make sure you start with this. If not, you will have to redo your entire canvas and take out all the staples. So the angled side is on the canvas.
Alors, ce que vous allez faire ici,
Now, what you have to do is follow the shape of the cross.
broche
I put in my staple diagonally like this, with one of the corners slightly elevated so that at the end it will be easy to remove.
facile pour moi de juste insérer ça ici et d'enlever la broche.
Now, I have to pull the canvas from the opposite side.
Je dois étirer de ce côté-ci.
If you're having trouble pulling it, bring the canvas to the edge of the table and pull it straight towards you. With some smaller motions, tug it a few times like this until it can't go any further. Then, fold it up over the edge of the frame and put your thumb down. At this point, I'm not using any force. I'm just holding the canvas in place. And once again, I'll staple this side diagonally.
Diagonale.
Here, I'm pulling the canvas lightly. Try to keep in mind that the string of the canvas is straight and parallel to the sides. This will help you align it to the frame.
Au côté. Alors, un autre.
Another staple here,
Et maintenant, je dois...
and I have to pull the opposite side so it's tense.
Voilà. Alors,
Now you can see that the tension at the center is strong and it sounds a bit like a drum.
ça sonne un petit peu comme un tambour. Alors voilà, maintenant...
So what I have to do now is pull the canvas diagonally.
En diagonale. C'est toujours en
Always pull in the
diagonale.
direction of the corners.
Une étoile. c'est
Imagine the
l'étoile.
frame is a star, and from the center point of the cross, you are pulling at an angle away from it.
La troisième s'en vient vraiment comme ça, et ainsi de suite. OK? D'accord? Vous faites une étoile. C'est
This
très
is very
important parce
important
que
because if you
si
pull
c'est
straight
l'étoile,
outwards
c'est
at the
pas
edges of
très
the
bien,
frame,
vous allez vous ramasser
the canvas will ripple and
avec
fold, which is not good.
pas très, très beau. Alors voilà, je le tire à angle, je le plie, je mets ma main et je suis prêt à attaquer. Je fais la même chose, je m'en vais de l'autre côté. De l'autre côté. Oups. Bon, on va ça ici. Un petit accident de parcours, assurez-vous d'enlever la broche. Voilà. Vous voyez ce que je vous disais, on voit déjà ici que la tension est plus élevée au centre. Donc c'est la raison pour laquelle ma broche est...
So there, I'm pulling at an angle and folding upwards. And then I'm putting my hand down to hold it, and I'll staple it down. I'll do the same thing at the next side, and then the next, all the way around the frame.
Alors voilà.
Now we have to decide if the canvas is a portrait or a landscape.
Un portrait ou un paysage.
Let's say in this case that it will be a landscape.
Que c'est un paysage, donc ça ici.
Using a pencil, I'm going to label the top.
Voilà. Alors,
We're going to do corner folds now, which will go like this.
Le pli est fait comme ça. Alors,
I'll start from this side and staple it. And here, I will take the corner of the canvas and pull it upwards while looking at the two edges of the frame corner. And I want the canvas to be tight. If I move the canvas from side to side like this, it creates bumps. Once it's flat and tight, I'll put a staple into the triangle.
Je mets une broche ici.
Then I fold the top part over itself like this and staple it. I'll need a hammer now to do a repass over my folds. So now, the corner is already set up for the final fold. Its shape is showing me how it should be folded. So with both my hands, I'll take the canvas so that it aligns perfectly with the edge. It looks good, so I'll take my hammer and hit the side down so that it flattens the fabric. I also roll the canvas a bit between my fingers so that it's not aligned with the edge at the top, because once it's on the wall, we don't want to be able to see it. Here I'll do the same thing. Once again, using both hands, I'll make my corner. And now for the bottom, it's the inverse. I'll start from this side here. So there, it's done. Now we have to remove the staples at the cross. You'll need a screwdriver and some pliers.
Je vais avoir besoin d'une paire de pinces.
To take out these staples, instead of pulling straight up and risking breaking the staple, take the pliers and turn them. Rotate the staple out of the wood. Then you'll restaple those areas. And there we go, it's done.
Alors j'explique, disons ces plis-là. Imaginez, voyons ici, vous voyez ce coin?
So if you look at this corner, imagine a drop of water that falls from the ceiling and lands here. It will run along this side and pass right over the corner at the bottom. It won't enter into the corner fold. So there, you have your canvas.
Alors voilà, vous avez notre faux cadre.